Hey, what's up? I guess I'll post another video on here. I'm gonna make another video as soon as I get my freaking rebuild kit for, well, actually I got my rebuild kit. I'm just waiting on the little grommet here. I'll show you. Go check on the dirt bike. Hello? Anybody home? Yeah, come on in. Alright. Oh, hey, what's up, man? What you been doing? Nothing much. I'm just messing with you. Ah, shit. Yeah. So I've been messing around with her a little bit more. I was polishing her frame a little bit more. It's kind of a little bit not perfect. I got some fingerprints on it. You can see it. But yeah, I got a few more mods on it. I got the cheapo. I've been hitting up eBay. Got the MSR gear shifter, and I got the Service Honda Racing ignition cover, which I like a lot better than that Boyesen cover that they sell. It's a little bit more expensive, but I think it's worth it. It fit it perfectly too. And it's made from a forged piece of aluminum, so it's a solid piece that they CNC machine it out. I think it looks really good. But yeah, I'm going to be making a video here pretty soon. As soon as I get it in the mail, here's my box of goodies. I always use some gloves too whenever, always keep a spare set for your car. But in case you don't know much about jetting, here's your main jets right here. This is what's called a jet nozzle. This is my old one. This comes stock in mine. You got to do a crap load of research too. You want to research. Learn about jetting. It's your main thing that's going to make or break your bike. And right here, this is called a slow jet. Okay, this mainly affects your idle. Your nozzle right here is the main thing shooting out most of the gas, and your main jet right here screws into the bottom of this, and this is screwed into the bottom of your carb. I've done a crap load of research. What I found is my bike always comes rich. Super rich. And also when you do a new top end, you want to run it real rich until it's broken in. But so I'll probably end up putting this back in when it comes time to do a new top end. I got a new top end right now. I got a compression tester somewhere around here. Actually I borrowed one from my brother, and it's a snap-on one. My compression read a 190, which is great. But as you see, I got the basics. I got an extra spark plug for right when I redo my carb. I'm going to read my spark plug, see how well I got it all tuned up. Plus I checked out the FMF website because I got an FMF pipe on it. And I have a Boyesen rad valve, which says run it a little bit leaner too, a couple sizes leaner. Here's my rebuild kit. As you can see, it comes with all the gaskets you need. It has the new needles. And here's the last thing you gotta adjust right here. Here's your needle jet, and there's little tabs right here, or notches, I guess you can say. You can run it richer by clipping it down a notch, or run it leaner by clipping it up a notch, without having to change out your main jet and your slow jet and all that. If you don't have one, and you notice your bike is running rich or lean, usually it don't matter if you're running too rich. It's gonna load up on you real quick, which means if you're letting it sit at idle for a minute, it's gonna run like crap until you like kind of blow it out a little bit, and it's gonna foul plugs left and right. But at least your bike's gonna be protected. Plus it's gonna spooge like a mofo, which is shooting out all this black crap everywhere. Let's see if I can focus in on it. Yeah, which, you know, it kind of sucks. I think I'm gonna paint these black with some Caliber paint to hide all this spooge crap all the time everywhere. But you know, it's pretty cool. I guess I could start it up for you real quick. And here's the thing, and I'm so glad I bought this, because I've done this almost every single time I go to start my bike. I leave in the plug, and I'm not even sure. I almost think you could damage the reeds when you leave in that damn thing. And I just got crap on there. So when it comes to jetting, you change anything, you're going to have to rejet your bike. You change your pipe, you're going to have to rejet your bike. You change your air filter, you're going to have to rejet your bike. If you change your reed valve, or rad valve right here, you're going to have to rejet your bike. And the temperatures, if it's hotter, you're going to have to rejet your bike. If it's wet, you're going to have to jet your bike for wet conditions. You have to jet your bike all the time, but it's real easy. All you do is take out this bolt right here. You'll see your main jet sticking out right there, and right next to your main jet is your pilot jet. The pilot jet is almost like a set it and forget it type of thing. I got mine set a little bit leaner than stock because I don't run mine wide open all the time, and it's actually a little bit richer, my main jet, than stock right now. And that's just because, you know, the piston's still breaking it. It's probably broken in now. I'm going to actually adjust it leaner as soon as I get my last part I need, which is, the last part I need, this little rubber boot right here. As you can see, you could almost see there's a crack in it where my finger's at. And that's going to let in air. Actually, it's letting in air right now because the gaskets in it are bad. But you're not going to be able to adjust anything until you get this float height in here adjusted. All your seals nice and sealed up. All your seals here nice and tight. Nice and tight. Everything needs to be nice and tight for you to even jet. So once you get all that dealt with, you can start jetting your bike and get it fine-tuned. And it's going to run a lot more better, if that's even the way you do. I suck at English, but that is how you get your bike to rip. It's going to be ripping. And then always hit your choke, turn it on. Then always turn on your gas. Always turn off your gas when you leave your bike alone. You never know, it could tip over. Next thing you know, all your gas is everywhere. So, and what you're doing whenever you hit the choke, you're enriching it. You're letting in more gas than air, and that's essential when it comes to your first startup, because you want to run your bike real rich whenever you first start it up. It hasn't been ran in a while, and usually I give it a couple kicks. Well, I should use my foot. Give it a couple kicks. Ow. To kind of like, lube up the cylinder a little bit. Let's see if it'll start here. I'll try it with my left. As you can see, I got mine adjusted where it dies out. I got my idle real low. And if you have your idle set low, it really helps on your bike loading up on you when you're trying to run it rich. And holy crap, I just fogged up this building. But I love that smell. I run racing fuel in mine because it's tuned for racing fuel, and it's much easier to jet whenever you finally switch over to racing fuel. You can use aviation gas too. It's basically the same thing. You can get it at any airport. It's called AV Gas 100. And it's always consistent, always great to use. It's, you go to one pump, you get premium, it sucks. You go to another pump, you get premium, and it's going to be good. And I'm tired of that. And on top of that, it comes with ethanol that totally destroys your engine. It don't run that well in these two strokes, and it just sucks. So I wouldn't use ethanol. I'll try to find that ethanol-free gas. Plus, racing fuel is supposed to have lead in it. Lead actually helps lubricate the inside of your cylinder. But, yeah, man, it smells good in here if you ask me. I love the smell of racing fuel. And, there's some tips I was going to give on my bike before I take off the carb. When I get my bike, I'm going to show you how easy it is to take off your carb and jet it. You could take off this whole back part. You just take off this one bolt right here. There's a bolt up in here. Same thing goes on the other side. One bolt down here. I got a guard coming too. I think it's going to look pretty sweet. But you got one guard. You got one guard here. No, you got one bolt here and another bolt up here. Comes right off. The seat slides off. The air filter comes in the box too. I just clean that. It's ready to roll. And I just freshly packed my bike. My bike is ready to roll right now. I just been waiting to get the carb redone before I go riding. But and then the whole back end, whole ass end slides off. You got your carb sitting right there. And I'll show you the trick on how to take out your carb. What I do, well, I guess when I make the next video I'll show y'all. But thanks for watching. Stay tuned.